Lozon, who's waiting patiently in the back. He's up next. He's up first.
Yeah, we got Detroit.
Kyle,
$2. That's Detroit Kyle. That's right. $2. And thank you for that, by the way, the $2. And also thank you to P1923. The NCAA just wanted to do a cash grab. Let's be honest. It's always about money. And Michigan gave them the perfect out to fund their salaries.
Well, we are definitely going like 3 hours. Wolverine Casual just came in heavy. We'll keep going. Read the rest of the super chats. Wolverine Casual, appreciate you,
brother. Wolverine Not So Casual off the top rope with the $200 super chat, the 200 burger. Andy Staples. This was the rare case where OSU fans got Harbaugh punished mid-season, and you guys blew it by not beating them. So suck it up. Harbaugh was pulled off the field against their biggest rivals, and they won anyway. Didn't matter. Didn't do anything. National champions. By the way, exactly what the NCAA president said.
That was their chance.
Won the title fair and square.
Their chance to get their victory was on the field, and they lost, bro. They fucking lost, and they got to own that shit. And you know what? We're never gonna let them live it down, because that championship run now is more magnified because of what it meant. And now I saw someone make a post about, okay, so Ohio State paid $20 million for their championship. We essentially just paid $20 million for ours. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's a wash. But we get to celebrate at the end of the day. So shots Wolverine Casual, appreciate you, John. I don't know where we are on the tally, but I know we're definitely past what we're at. What?
I think we're at a third hour, and we're 52 away from a fourth hour. So
no. We unlocked the second hour, the third hour. Oh yeah, we're on the way to fourth. You're right. All right, John's right. Mm-hmm. John went to Michigan. I went to Eastern. Forgive me. All right, well, let's pull up our first caller. We got Von Lozon of Maize and Brew in the house. Love to get his thoughts on everything.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Hey, Von, how we doing, buddy?
Hey, we're good. Can you hear me all right?
We can hear you. A little staticky, but we can hear you.
Yeah, a little choppy.
Okay. If I have to come back in on my phone, I will. I was having some connection issues here, but what a day, guys. What a day.
I know.
I like
Hammer Liberation Day, Von.
It is a day of celebration.
Yeah, it's a day to celebrate for sure.
We've already got a ton on Maize and Brew, more to come to. Receipts included, like how you guys are going to have. I appreciate it, man. So, I mean, everything that you guys were saying, everything that we were saying, everything that Michigan fans were saying has pretty much come true. There's nothing substantial that's coming to the Michigan football program. Everything that is going to happen, like paying the money and everything like that to the NCAA, that's all stuff behind the scenes. No fans should be worried about that. It's not like it's coming right from your bank account.
Right.
Really, the only other thing is the suspension at this point for Sharon. He got an extra game, which, in my opinion, not a huge deal. It's going to be in 2026, apparently. So if that's the case, then I'm going to be interested to see if they end up doing this trip, because that would be the game that he would miss.
Yes,
the game in Germany. So
that's right. The Western Michigan game will be exactly, which is hilarious.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. Maybe he would still go on the trip and enjoy a Bavarian pretzel or something and watch at the pub or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But watch the game at the pub.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean, this is nothing that I am surprised by. Nothing that anybody, quite frankly, should be surprised by, except for maybe Ohio State and Michigan State fans and those of the like. And man, it was crazy. The what you guys were just talking about with the NCAA press conference, that Ohio State beat writer was getting pretty fired up. I thought he was about to start crying.
Were you there?
I was listening in on the press conference.
You were on the Zoom?
I had the Zoom link. I was there. This guy got fired up, man. This guy got fired up.
Yeah, the Bucknuts, right? Was it from Bucknuts?
Yes. Was it Gerdeman, or do we know?
I do, but
okay.
I'll tell y'all off the call.
Okay, offline.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all offline. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. But yeah,
Vaughn, the only thing that I thought that Denard Robinson was going through a negotiated resolution elsewhere. He was the only surprise for me was that Partridge was not mentioned and Denard Robinson was, because I thought that there was a separate negotiated settlement going on for him.
Yeah, that was one thing that kind of surprised me as well, and I haven't really looked into that aspect of it yet. I was writing a story on what you had just mentioned, actually, the Chris Partridge stuff, which I thought was interesting. Him being like, clean slate for him. I mean, if he wants to come back to NCAA football, he can. I doubt that he would at this point, but he's got a good gig in the NFL at the Seahawks at this point. But yeah, I mean, it sounds like they didn't have enough evidence for Chris Partridge to see if he was like trying to convince players to, keep it hush hush when they were talking to the NCAA investigators when they came to Ann Arbor to do that back in 2023. That's why he got fired by Michigan, allegedly. So apparently either that did not happen or there's just not enough evidence to show that he did that. So that was kind of surprising. But yeah, the Denard stuff, that was up next on my agenda, was to look into that, because it's like a 74-page document that the NCAA released kind of detailing everything. And it's publicly available if you guys want to pull it up, or if anybody wants to go see it. It's that link is in the press release that they sent out earlier today. But that was a little shocking to me, because 3 years seems pretty substantial for someone that was more so a behind the scenes kind of guy. I don't exactly know what was going on with that, but they must have found something to warrant a 3-year show cause. So I'm interested to dive deeper into that part of it for sure.
Yeah, what I found also, what I love by the NCAA is the reason why there is no vacating of wins is because there are no ineligible players, which is what we have been talking about for how long? Like the longest time we were saying, the Buckeyes, especially the Scoops of the world, were like, oh, well, they're going to get vacated of wins, blah, blah, blah. We're like, well, there's no ineligible players. The only time that has ever occurred is with the ineligibility of players, typically paying of players or for academic stuff. And yes, it's amazing, because the reality is, when we went against Vaughn, and I'm talking about the Michigan fan base against, I guess the mob. What we went against is a mob of people who were driven by an outcome of emotion, not logic or evidence, right? And that is what we had to go against for over 2 years.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it turned out to be what? Some will say, oh, Michigan got off easy, but the truth is there was no evidence. It even says in the NCAA report, because I had someone send it to me, they do not know the impact of what Connor Stalions even did. They don't even truly know. They cannot even quantify the impact of what happened. And the truth is, and I've said this a lot, Vaughn, listen, everybody knew everything in 2023. We ran through everybody and still walked away with the national championship. So at the end of the day, how much did those signs really impact things? It couldn't have been that great.
Exactly. And let's recap. Let's remember that Jim Harbaugh is a damn good football coach. He goes to San Diego, he turns it around. He goes to Stanford, he turns it around. They go to an Orange Bowl. He goes to Michigan, year one, turns a 5-win team to a 10-win team. They go to 3 Big Ten championships, a national championship win. And now at the Chargers, Jim Harbaugh and Jesse Minter took a 5-win, 11 or 12 loss program to a playoff the first year. Mike McDonald, how's he doing? Pretty good at the Seahawks, right? Where's Connor Stalions in any of that?
Yeah,
right.
It's a good point. Right. And the NCAA said as much in the call today, is that they don't know what the impact was of Stalions stealing these signs. They know that he did it. They know that he was on CMU's sidelines, which is a clear violation. That's really like the most violating thing that he did, was go to the CMU sidelines, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, the NCAA said as much. They're like, we don't know. It's unknowable what the impact was, whether it was positive, whatever, in regards to Michigan winning all these games. And they said 2 years ago, Charlie Baker did, that they won it fair and square, and that's never going to change. So now it's official that they're not vacating wins. It was never on the table. They were never going to vacate the title was never on the table. None of that was ever on the table. And they'd said as much, even when these, rival beat reporters on the call were asking questions about vacating wins. I mean, that's primarily where all of the questions came from, were Ohio State.
And how amazing is that? Because look at all the sources from Spiro to Buckeye Scoop to Intrinsic and all these guys who are saying their sources are telling them that's what's going to happen. So the question is, who is their source? Yeah, who is their
great question? Great question.
And how much? And then I said this last night, Vaughn. Let's say you're Buckeye Scoop. They get like 1,000 people on their show, which is a respectable number. Any podcast or any show realizes that's big time. That's a great number.
Absolutely. Yeah, sure.
But to lie to your people on bullshit that you're peddling them, I don't know how you could do it. I don't know how you could do it.
I wouldn't be able
either
to
that or they got terrible sources.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I were just, making stuff up, which, I don't know if they did that or not, but considering the information that they were giving their followers, I mean, it was false information. So,
I mean, they were definitely
whether they had bad sources or what. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I don't know these people at all. So whether it was bad info that they were getting or just making stuff up, ChatGPT might have helped them out. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, who knows?
One question I have is I believe Michigan will probably accept this. I don't know if Connor Stallions does, because Connor Stallions, out of everybody here, is impacted the most. 8-year show cause. He wants to coach college football. In the manifesto, he wanted to be the Michigan head coach, right? He can't, it's going to be harder with the bureaucracy when you're under an 8-year show cause. Is there a possibility Connor Stallions fights this, appeals / in court? What does that look like, do you think?
My opinion, I'd be shocked if he did not fight it. I think he's going to appeal this for sure. And quite honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan appeals in some way regarding the suspension for Sharon Moore. Not that I have any insider knowledge of this or anything. This is just my opinion, but them tacking on the extra game in 2026 just seems a little petty, a little unneeded. It would probably be, like we said, that week 1 game in Germany against Western Michigan. It's not really going to do much. I mean, we don't anticipate Michigan losing to Western whatsoever, with or without Sharon Moore. So it's a meaningless additional game suspension at that point. So wouldn't be surprised if Michigan fights this slightly. I wouldn't think that there would be any negative implications as far as the NCAA putting more punishments towards Michigan if they end up deciding to fight it. But yeah, Stallions for sure. I mean, 8 years is a long time for somebody that wants to get back into college football as soon as possible. So, and like you said, he made it known he wants to be the guy at Michigan. Now, I don't know if that'll ever happen. Down the road, who knows, right? But
it'd be a hell of a story.
A head coach of any sort would be a great gig. I mean, it's great job. So,
I mean, I'll tell you what. I wish Michigan would take him back at some point, in the future. I wish they would, but I think it's potentially too tainted. But we'll see, right? To be determined. Yeah. I will say this. I am very interested to hear the tell all by Connor Stallions now that this appears, unless he goes to court and he can't talk again, which is possible. But now with this now released by the NCAA, he should have, if he doesn't challenge this, free reign to talk about this as openly as he wants, because he seems to have a lot to say that he hasn't talked about.
He probably has a lot to say. I'm interested to hear it too. I'm interested to hear also from Sharon, because he was very adamant. He was excited to have the text messages revealed and to be able to talk about it when he was able to. So I'm definitely eager to hear more from Michigan's side of things as well. And I'm sure Ward Manuel will have some sort of statement that comes out at some point too. Probably in the near future, I'd imagine. So really looking forward to hearing from them.
Yeah, here's a question I got for you, Vaughn. I don't know if you know the answer to this or what. You're probably maybe guesstimating, but do you think it now? I know Isaiah Holes kind of hinted at this. Do you think the sources of the investigation originally, who presented the information to NCAA, does that get revealed?
I hope so. I mean, I'd be kind of surprised if it doesn't get revealed at some point. I don't know if it's going to happen
instantly
today or next week or, a year from now or years from now. But I would hope that at some point it would. Now, who's to tell that story? I don't know. I mean, but also to me, it seems like if it was to be revealed, that source would probably have been revealed already. And I think we kind of all know who that is at this point, or at least have a pretty good idea of who that was, or plural people, multiple sources.
We do.
So.
We do indeed.
There also seems to be Michigan is aware. Like Michigan, the vibe is, and the word is that Michigan is very aware of who did this. Yeah. We'll see if it comes to light. I hope it does, though, because it'd be very interesting to see the dots connected there. But yeah, man. I mean, is there anything, Von? I guess because I don't know what your time's like. Is there anything that did occur that you were surprised by?
No, I mean, honestly, not really. And I hate to give a boring answer, but once the report came out from the NCAA and after this press conference that happened a couple hours ago, I'm not really surprised by anything that happened. I was just, I guess kind of like the one thing that I might be slightly surprised by was the fact that the NCAA said that everything that happened constituted a ban in the postseason, but they decided to not go that route anyways, just because it would have been unfair for the current players on the team, kind of being implicated for things that they didn't do. And most of the coaches are gone at this point from that team. I think the only ones that are around now are Sharon, Grant Newsome, and Ron Bellamy are the only leftovers from that 2023 coaching staff. So it would totally be unfair for, all the kids on the team now if, Michigan ends up making the postseason, whether it's a bowl game or the college football playoff, and they weren't able to play in the postseason. It would totally be unfair. So I give the NCAA like the smallest amount of kudos possible for actually going through with that and saying that and admitting that was the reason why. So that's why the fine to Michigan was so hefty, is essentially what they said. So I guess slightly surprised by that. Kind of nice that they did that, but at the end of the day, they're a slimy institution, so they're probably just trying to save face slightly in saying that and making their enemies in Ann Arbor, trying to make them their friends and saying like, oh, hey, yeah, you guys, we're giving you the ability to go play in the postseason, but really it should have never been on the table to begin with. But that was like the one thing I was slightly surprised by.
Yeah, I will say I'm surprised by the loss of financial gain for Michigan in the postseason. They're taking all for this season and next, correct?
Yep.
All bowl
2
revenue,
years.
all bowl revenue.
Yep, yeah, all postseason.
Those bastards. Okay.
Get ready to pay an extra couple bucks for your favorite beer at Michigan Stadium.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right? Maybe 50 extra cents for a hot dog.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, Von. Well, I appreciate you coming on here, man. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm sure you got some articles to manage and all that, but appreciate you coming on and thank you for the insight, brother.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on. I saw you guys were live and I had to jump on. So I love listening to you guys. You guys kill it. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And we'll chat soon, man.
Hey, and you got an open invitation whenever you want, brother.
Come on in.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys. I'll be back.
Go Blue, Von.
Thanks, Von.
Go Blue. Take care, guys.
Oh, yeah, man.